Hello there, members or anybody watching this public stream. So basically I just decided to put out a free members video, and you may be wondering who gives a flying fuck about members videos. Oh, there's the first swear word after 15 seconds. So for me, not going to lie, I think the members videos are probably my favourite aspect of Elite FPL community, if I'm honest with you. I pretty much get to say what I want. I get to swear. I basically get to speak normal language. I don't have to hold back, and it's more personalised, the members video as well. So a lot of the time, like, I'll delve deep. I'll look into like the Rivals League teams, or in this specific case this year it'll be the Rivals League, the YouTube chat league, and we'll be focusing a lot on the members league. So the public streams will be focusing predominantly on the Rivals League and the YouTube chat league, and the members videos will be focusing on not only them two, but also predominantly the members league as well. So I'm not going to lie, if you like having somebody like me slagging you off, why not become a member? And there's just a whole host of other subject matters that I talk about, which I'm going to quickly start with, which is, if you don't know, I tested positive for the C word. So yeah, I tested positive for you know what, and I'm not going to lie, so I've been doing overnight work, and on Wednesday evening I turned up to work. I felt a bit groggy, but I thought nothing of the sorts that I'd be really ill, and I saw the manager there, and he looked like death, and I'm just thinking, oh God, here we fucking go. Keep the fuck away from me, basically. So I thought nothing of it, and then it got to about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like, my energy had just gone, and I realised, yeah, I'm ill. But I'm not going to lie, I put it down to just the lack of sleep, the fact that across essentially 2.5 days I'd only had 4 hours sleep, which isn't good. However, yesterday, so this is Thursday, I woke up and I was just like, I feel like absolute crap. And then went out, come back home. My housemate was downstairs and he tells me that he was positive with C. So I'm thinking, great, I've probably caught it. Then I decided to take the test and it turned out to be positive. I'm not going to lie, I think for anybody that's watching this that cares, that works with the general public, whether it's retail or the NHS, I think that you're always going to be very, very high risk and susceptible to be contracting this virus. And for me personally, you know, I'm a fit, strong individual, but over the past 48 to 72 hours, with the lack of sleep, I think my central nervous system pretty much just shut down, and unfortunately it just allowed the virus just to take over. I'm feeling okay today. I'm recording this at 10:52 in the morning on Friday. This will be released. I'll be releasing this tonight at some point, premiering. But yeah, I'm feeling okay now. Just a really, really sore throat. Don't get me wrong, I'm nowhere near fit to go to work. I'm probably going to be off work for at least 3 or 4 days. But, you know, my health comes first at the end of the day. And like I said, I just think that just my central nervous system has just shut down. And yeah, because I never get ill. This is the thing, I've got quite a strong immune system. And I never normally get ill, but yeah. So I did put out a message on Discord member chat. That's another thing, another benefit, is that if you want to have more personalised chats with people, you get the option in the Discord to be in the members chat only section. And I did put out a question. If anybody's got any questions for me for this members video, I'd happily do it. But I just want to talk about last night's stream. Not going to lie, probably one of the best streams we've done for a very, very long time. I think I completely agree with Jason. And I agree with a lot of the audience members that having the phone calls back has improved the quality of the show tenfold. I think that having certainly people with characters on, let's not fuck about here. Cage Paps was a high quality calling last night, and he's been a member of, I don't know how long Cage Paps has been a member of our show for, but what I can say is that he's been a long time supporter. I would say at least the whole of last season minimum, and he's very, very active in the members chat. But we've never spoke to him before for obvious reasons, because last season we weren't doing the phone-ins. So when he came up, I thought, well, this is going to be a really good opportunity to chat with him and everything. And yeah, he was a really, really good guest, wasn't he? And had a lot of salient talking points. And I think that's what I miss. That's what I personally miss when it comes to doing the phone-ins, is having a conversation with an individual. And it's not, again, no disrespect, but the whole, what do you think about this player, blah, 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 blah. It gets a bit flat. It gets a bit stale. Whereas with Cage Paps, it was more what, again, I'm not going to lie, it's more about what I like to talk about, and it's more what I'd like to think Jason's kind of the same. It's more about, we've got a rival here from the Members League or the Rivals League, the YouTube, he'll definitely be in the YouTube chat league, and he's coming here to chat shit in a good way and stir the pot. And with some of his comments, maybe just irk us a bit, and we'll be able to have a conversation, which worked out really, really well. I know Firetog, we'll put it up on the thing in a minute. In fact, I'll do it now. So Firetog even put a comment in the, I mean, obviously I saw it, but Firetog put a comment in the stream last night, saying basically, does that come up on screen? It should do. Yeah. Cage Paps, please come on more often. Keep these fucking, well, he doesn't swear, keep these guys in check, fuck off. And it's true. I highly want to get those types of calls on where we are kind of getting the insight into why are you not going with Salah? What is this obsession with Haaland? Why have you got the balls to not go with Trent? As simple examples, and just having, like I said, just having a discussion. And then in this specific case, Cage Paps coming up with his own thought process. And like I said, I was in this season, I've already made the point that I'm going to be a bit more active in the hangouts. And what I mean is that I may not be able to speak due to the fact that I'm usually at work or I'm doing something which means I can't really talk, but I've made a promise to myself that I want to be more involved in the hangouts. And yesterday's hangout chat with the likes of One Life Soccer, Podner, Firetog, Winnersh, these guys were brilliant, and they had a really, really interesting conversation. And it's just, what I find really fascinating listening into those is that it does get quite heated. There was a moment where Paulie piped up and he was just talking about the fact that, essentially, I'm paraphrasing, but who the fuck do you think you are, Firetog? Or how does Paulie speak? The bloody I can't do it because my throat's fucked. But he was just basically saying, like, who the fuck do you think you are, One Life Soccer, thinking that you're going to beat us or blah, blah, blah. And then he pipes up saying, well, hold on a minute, I've probably got the best rank ever out of you lot. And it was just great. I can't wait till Gameweek 1 when he's bottom of the fucking YouTube. Actually, it'd be the Rivals League, won't it? Oh, yeah, because he's, isn't he part of the Rivals League now? This year? And there was all this chat about, like, him copying Darnell's spreadsheet, and it was just fucking fantastic. So good. Such a good conversation. Yeah, sounds it, Steve. But no, I found it really interesting. Like I said, there was occasions when I just spoke up, like the question from One Life Soccer during it was, which players are there in the game which you don't own, are you most worried not to have? And in all seriousness, in my specific case, it is having no Salah. But that's only because the majority of people, or whatever the flaming maths is, whatever the percentages of him being owned is, which I'll be able to bring up now in about 6 seconds once I can find where he is. But I think it's like 56% own him in the game. Let's have a quick look. 57.5 own him in the game. But if he, as I keep banging on about, because I'm now able to watch football, I can make more of a, or I've got more access to football. I can now be a better judge on them. And we were discussing last night, obviously, with Cage Paps about the psychology of players and everything. And, you know, you can read a lot into it. Now, I was slightly off topic, but it's not off topic. I was saying about Cornet at Burnley and how, you know, Burnley are now, like a lot of these football teams now, are now going down the YouTube route. And by the way, any large YouTuber, can you stop fucking putting adverts every 30 seconds into your videos, for fuck's sake? You earn enough. Really fucking pisses me off that you're putting adverts, like in the Burnley one, for example. You've got an advert at the start, 5 minutes later another advert, 5 minutes later another advert, 5 minutes later, you get the fucking idea. It's ridiculous. Like, I understand the fact that, yeah, if you want to monetize it, but you don't take the fucking piss. The worst ones are like, I'm kind of going down rabbit holes of watching, like, fitness videos. Because they're all clickbait pieces of shit, to be honest with you. I did the 15,000 calorie challenge. Watch me eat 50,000 Krispy Kreme donuts and see what I did at the gym. I picked up 500,000 kilograms worth of weight. This is how I felt afterwards. And dickheads like me watch it. But like I said, the second you fucking turn it on, within a few minutes, oh, it's an advert. As a proportion, I think there's more time on the adverts than there is the actual fucking video. Anyway, but watching the latest Burnley training video that they've done last night, Cornet looked really happy. He looked like he had camaraderie with the team. You know, was messing about and everything. Clearly, the players all get on with him, and it tells me a lot about him. Like I say, it's always interesting watching people's body language. And as stated every single stream we seem to do, Salah, every match that he was playing towards the end of the last season, he looked tired. Don't get me wrong, he looked like he wanted to always score and just get on it, but there was just something about him where I thought, no, you're not in the form in which you're going to be scoring a hatful of goals. I'm seeing more from Diaz, Mane, Jota. They were the three which I was like more concerned about not owning. And, you know, as proven on the final day of the season, you know, I triple captain Mane, and I think Salah only got an assist in the final game. I can't remember now, but, you know, Mane was on form, and yeah, I'm kind of like really enjoying like the eye test. And I think that going with, quote, proven players for their squads and everything, and as Dread FPL always talks about the talisman theory, I think with this team up on screen, for anybody listening on audio as it stands right now, so you won't know this, but I've just recorded a quick 5-6 minute video of this specific team. But these 4.5 goalkeepers, I personally, it's just a toss of a coin who to own. They're all only going to get save points. It's just a question of which one produces more saves. Well, it could be anyone. But me personally, I'm going with the fixtures, so really it is for me down to either Meslier or Raya, from my point of view. As you can see up on screen, it is Meslier. Their fixtures are really, really good. But Brentford, after the likes of Leicester and Man United, they've got a really solid run of fixtures up until Arsenal, really, in Gameweek 8. And I make the point in this video that, look, I am not scared to hit that wild card button early. I know Sai has already said that he's coming out with a Game Week 2 wild card. So he's already said he's going with a Game Week 2 wild card. If, for argument's sake, I think, as I stated on stream last night, I think most devastating on game week 1, because the majority of people that own Salah are going to captain Salah. Now, if Salah gets that double-digit return, let's just say, just stick with 10 points just to make it simple, and Son only gets 2 points against Southampton, it's then going to come down to what are the combinations of various teams of how they make up that 18 points or whatever it is that you've missed out on from Salah and all these other... I know we're getting a bit too deep into this. Go watch FPL Raptor. He's the psychologist or whatever he is. But it's all about your combinations, isn't it? I do think that Diaz has got a minimum against Fulham of a minimum of an assist. Robertson, Trent, let's just say a clean sheet. No attacking returns, just a clean sheet. Well, most people are going with Salah, Trent and Robertson, or Diaz, Trent and Robertson, and then it's down to what, if you don't own Salah, who's your other premium? Is it Son? Is it Haaland? Is it both? And I generally mean this. I do think that Salah and Son, with the odd point here or there, are going to come out pretty much virtually the same amount of points, give or take. You know, let's just say Salah gets 15 points and Son gets 10. Okay, you've missed out on 5 points. That's it. But then what do your other players do? And like I say, I think that Haaland, first game against West Ham, again, we need to find out this information regarding Haaland. Haaland as well, like I've been watching some of the Man City YouTube videos that they've been putting up of their training. Any wrestling fans out there, is he Kevin Nash? He's got no hip mobility whatsoever. I can tell his legs are really stiff. He doesn't walk properly, very similar to Kevin Nash. Like, is it because he's injured? Is it because he's got lack of hip mobility? Is it because he's got something going on with his back that's affecting his movement in his legs? But he does not walk. If you watch him, he does not walk comfortable at all. Now, he could have walked like this all his life. I don't have a clue. But how tall is Haaland? I'm guessing a minimum of 6 foot, but I'm guessing he's got to be 6'2". And yeah, to me, he doesn't walk normally, but is that going to stop him from being a freak of nature? No. For all I know, he's walked like that all his life. You've seen what he's done with Borussia Dortmund. You've seen what he's done with Norway. And I expect him just to continue this scoring feat that he's on at the moment. He's 20-2. 20-2. I don't even think the majority of people watching this are even 22 years old. I think the majority of people that are watching this have got to be in the 30s. We're in our 30s. Well, you're what? Yeah, but the point is... So yeah, I think, with this team up on the screen at the moment, no Salah, couldn't give a shit. On Saturday, when they play Fulham, I'll be watching the game illegally. And every time Salah gets near the box, I'll be like, oh fuck, here we go. But once we get through it and see that Salah only gets his goal and assist, bring on Son against Southampton. But as I stated in a members video the other day, I am going to be doing my bets this season. Now, last year when I did my fantasy football bets, I came out on top. In fact, if you want tips from this channel, Steve-O's fantasy football bets. That's the way you want to do it. And really, I came out on top last year. I made I'm making this figure up, but I know I was in profit. I reckon I put down, let's just make it simple. I reckon I put down £100 worth of bets last year on my fantasy bets, and I got back as a profit 50 quid. So a total of 150 quid, because I only put 50p bets on, so it'd be, whoever the pop. So for instance, on game week 1, Salah is going to be the most captain player. It will simply be 50p anytime goal scorer, 50p anytime assist, and then I may put 50p on two or more goals. And also I do bets like, for instance, Salah anytime goal scorer, Liverpool to win. There were even moments when I was doing things like, there was one that I did really well on. I won quite a bit of money. It was something like, I think it was something like Kevin De Bruyne to score any time and Man City to win 4-0. And I got quite a good price for that. Again, it was only 50p came through. And, you know, I'm not advocating gambling, but really, if you play fantasy football, you're essentially a gambler. And as, who the fuck was it? I think it was ABJ on the comments. Can't remember now, but either way, someone on the comments section, yes, at the end said words to the effect of, "Look, we're all predicting, we're all trying to look into the crystal ball." And it's like, well, yeah, obviously, it's the same with gambling, it's the same with betting, it's all the same, same really, isn't it? That we're always trying to predict. That's what this individual. I need to name check them. Where is it? Here we are. So I can't access it on the laptop. Would you believe? Can't make it up, can you? Here we are. It was Joe B. The entire game, and he's a member as well. The entire game is based on trying to predict the future. I mean, yeah. It's stating the obvious. It's why, like with Niraj, let's call him out. With Niraj, I just find with Niraj, it's really funny how he comes on the stream. And he says, basically, words to the effect of, "Oh God, you're not going with Salah, be warned." And then 10 minutes later, it's like, "Why are you talking about this player for? At the end of the day, we don't know what they're going to do. So why are you banging on about not owning Salah?" It's all just, everybody just contradicts themselves. Whereas someone like myself, or even Firetog, for instance, goes down, and even Dread, and there are many, many others that go down that. I mean, James of Planet FPL is a prime example. It's like, look, at the end of the day, I can't control what these particular players do. In fact, I listened to it was a really interesting podcast actually. James interviewing, fuck me, the guy that came runner up, FPL Seagull, I think his name is, on Twitter, at Total Stever. He interviewed the runner up of Sky Fantasy Football. Had a really interesting discussion. Like, look, at the end of the day, if you've gone into the game with logical decisions, like I am, with the whole thing of, like, to be honest with you, I can't see there's going to be much difference between Son and Salah. You got to remember as well, considering how many attacking options Liverpool have got now. Yes, Salah's the only one on the pitch that's more than likely going to be playing 90 minutes a game. Don't get me wrong, I'm fully aware of, like, the fact that Diaz is more than likely only going to be playing 60 minutes plus, 60 minutes tops. That's it. I'm fully aware of that. Whereas with Tottenham, Son is pretty much guaranteed to be playing 80 plus minutes. It's going to be interesting to see what Conte does with Kane. Does he manage his minutes a lot more with this 5 sub rule? I still expect the likes of Kane, Salah, De Bruyne, all these types of key players to their teams to be playing a minimum of 85 minutes or more, because their teams essentially revolve around them. But, you know, the reality of the situation is that you've got to take that gamble. And going back to this team up on screen, I love the Zinchenko pick. Like, I don't know if anybody saw me tweet it out yesterday, when Jason was basically going apeshit about the fact that, look, I'll try and bring it up actually. He was going apeshit about the fact that, what is this about players joining Arsenal and becoming world class? And I think he misses the point. I think he misses the whole point. No, I'll play it now. This is when it's all going to fuck up, isn't it? But he was not happy at all, was he, last night, Jason, regarding Jesus and whoever else it was, Zinchenko, another one. And let's just play it for you, and hopefully you laugh. Hopefully you enjoy it for what it is. Here we go. Oh, of course.
His number is
Zinchenko. I won't say he's quality.
He will be when he goes to Arsenal.
His number of assists.
What the fuck? Like, everyone's going to be quality because they joined Arsenal. Oh yeah, Jesus is going to be quality. He's going to be world class because he's joined Arsenal.
Zinchenko with his assists.
Zinchenko.
It's just that line, get the fuck out of here. I think Jason's missing the point here. What Zinchenko did at City, for argument's sake, any time he played for Man City, always seemed to do something. He looked threatening, always trying to find the right ball to give to, ironically, Jesus or Foden or Grealish or Mahrez, Sterling, Winnersh. So I think once he's allowed to, and by all accounts, we all been told that, you know, for Ukraine he plays really, really well in midfield. Well, now he's going to get the opportunity to play pretty much every minute for Arsenal and show what he can do. And I think that, look, I think it's worth, I think personally, Zinchenko at 5 million as a midfielder for Arsenal, but in the game he's a defender. Think about that. Arsenal can keep, well, they're pretty solid defensively. I know towards the end of last season it tailed off, but I think they're going to be back to their best this year with their defence back to full strength. He's going to get that clean sheet potential, and there's no potential of that. He's going to get that clean sheet, and there's a very decent chance of the assists and hopefully goals as well. I think for 5 million he could be an overlooked player, in my opinion. But yeah, so anyway, let's get on with the Discord members chat and just see if anybody asks me any questions. Oh, by the way, these members videos as well, they go on for very, very long. I mean, I think the longest one I ever did, I think, was in all in one go was an hour and 45 minutes. But I think total time, because I know for a fact I did one which was like about an hour and a half, and then I followed that one up with like an hour one, so 2.5 hours of just me chatting absolute crap about God knows what. But yeah, like I say, if you want to become a member and just have more personalised conversations with you, pretty much, then yeah, $1.99, ad free, nothing beats free. Fuck me. So yeah, got a few questions. Hopefully they're not too deep and got to delve deep into stats, because I've got some bad news for anybody that does want personal questions. If you think I'm going to be answering anything about stats, you've got a fucking another thing coming. Here we go then. Well, straight away, I mean, Harbour Boy's making the point about the fact that he's done lots of drafts and he's going with the 4-5-1, and you know, Harbour Boy is someone that consumes a lot of content, consumes a lot, so. Fire Talk saying here, points wise, my optimizer program has 5-4-1, 4-5-1, or 4-4-2. So basically, a minimum of four defenders, premium wise, in defence. So let's just say James, Cancelo, Robertson, Trent as equal for the most points. The other formations aren't significantly behind though. I think, look, there's only a certain amount of strikers we can pick from. Let's not beat about the bush here. As I keep stating, you've got the likes of Kane, Haaland, Wilson, Tony, to name 4 or 5. As I look through the teams here, Southampton, you're not going to touch with a barge pole. Man United, okay, Martial / Rashford. I was listening to Talk Sport this morning for a few minutes, and they were saying how he's looking good pre-season. They think that he could have a really good one this year. Man United are a wait and see. If he does really well, if he looks like he's on it, guess what? Oh, see you later, Tony. Hello, Martial. Brentford, just mentioned Tony. Everton could fuck right off. Brighton, I mean, we had, again, Mamdou, I think his name was, come on the show last night, banging on about Uldov. He's a wait and see. He made the point, yeah, but Brighton create loads of chances. Yeah, but they can't score. Yeah, but he's a good striker. So was Allaire when he came to West Ham. And he did fuck all at West Ham. Leeds, wait and see on Bamford. Chelsea, they don't even have a striker, so it's down to Havertz. Sterling, keep your eye on him. Leicester, you've got Vardy, Iheanacho again. A bit too pricey to start the season with, in my opinion, because there's better options in midfield / defence. Liverpool, take your pick. But from a forward point of view, it's Darwin or Jota. So they're the two, and most people, because he scored 4 goals last night, it's all about Darwin. And plus Jota's injured, isn't he? Bournemouth, is it Solanke? But Bournemouth, they're going to be relegated next year. They're going to be absolutely fucking useless. Man City, Haaland. Crystal Palace, don't touch with a barge pole. Arsenal, Jesus and Nketiah. Fulham, wait and see on Mitrovic. But again, Mitrovic next season, I think it's going to be very similar to Tony last season, which is going to be, yeah, he'll probably get between 8 and 12 goals. But it's a case of when's he going to do this? Aston Villa, I don't like him at all, but Watkins, Danny Ings, West Ham, Antonio, Wolves, Jimenez, we ain't going to touch him. Newcastle, Wilson, ain't going to touch him. I know some people with Nottingham Forest, I know they've signed about 20 players this season, which is never a good thing. We've seen in the past teams that decide to bring in hundreds of players. Doesn't gel. You're better off just sticking with the fucking team that came up promoted and then add the odd player here or there of quality that you think is an upgrade. You don't need to bring in 10 or 11 fucking players. And then Spurs, Harry Kane. So really, there's not much of a... There's a lot of forwards, but there's not many that are going to be fitting into your price bracket in which you're going to be thinking, yeah, because it's going to detriment the rest of your squad. So here we go. Dumpster Fire. Who's Dumpster Fire? Let me know in the comments. Or let me know on Discord. What players do you fear not owning? Kind of already answered that. Right now, I'm weirdly worried about not owning Rashford and Mitrovic. Because I think they could do well this season. You've answered your own question, Dumpster. It's the whole season. It's not like this team that we've got here up on screen. Like my team, is going to be the whole season. Like I stated, if Tony, for argument's sake, let's just take Martial as the example of someone that I could swap Tony to. So, Martial, in game week 1, he looks really good against Brighton. He gets a goal and an assist. Tony, against Leicester away, does fuck all. I'm thinking, okay, Man United, they've just beaten Brighton 3-1. Actually, fuck it, 3-0 because Brighton are shit. Or more to the point, Brighton can't score. So they've just lost 3-0 to Man United. Martial looked really good. He really looked on it. He got a goal and assist, whereas Brentford, they just did their usual stuff and they got nothing out of a 2-1 loss to Leicester. And then the following week, I've got Tony. You know, he's at home to, ironically, against Man United. And then you got Martial against Brentford. Tony gets a goal. But Martial also gets a goal. Or an assist. He gets an attack in return. That's when I go, Steve-O, you fucked up. Getting Martial. But that's just based on 2 game weeks where Martial has brought in 2 attacking returns, or 3 attacking returns, and Tony's only brought in 1. But Man United look good. They look quality. I can happily switch it over. He's only 7 million. I say only. Happy days. But it's always just a wait and see. But to be panicking about that specifically, honestly, I wouldn't be worrying about that Dumpster whatsoever. Just give them a wait and see. Bring in those players which are, you know for fact, are going to be good enough for game week 1, and then look at it by game week 3, give or take. It was all about how good they're looking, in my opinion. Harbour Boy saying this is a good question. What have you changed your mind on since the game first launched a couple of weeks ago? One thing sticks out to me, Gary, is I always said that Foden was a brilliant option, and I still do think he's a brilliant option. How do I fit him in? Okay, you could say, well, you could bring him in for Saka, you could bring him in for Diaz. You're right, But I want that Arsenal attacking coverage / Liverpool attacking coverage. I said all along that Salah is a must-have. I don't want to back against the favourite. That's kind of changed my mind. But there's been logic as to why I've changed my mind, really. Because I've realised that I can spread my funds, a whole 1 million, a bit better. But pretty much, to be honest with you, I was trying to look at... I'm gonna see if I can look at it now, actually. I was trying to look at my original 4-5-1 formation. That's actually that's a good one. Now thinking about it, I said there wasn't much value in the forwards, or words to that effect. I don't think that you don't need those forwards because I don't think they're good enough. But actually, I realised that if you don't have decent coverage for the first few game weeks, and there could be a small opportunity where one of your players doesn't play. What's my backup? Great, it's De Silva or Andreas. Fuck me, or Greenwood of Leeds. What the fuck are they gonna do? Nothing. So I'd rather have a team full of quote guaranteed starters. I mean, I'm looking at my 4-3-3 formation up on screen here. As you can see, I've just done that stupidly. As you can see up on the screen here, my 4-3-3 formation. If you wince, Raya in goal, so that's now Meslier. But again, it could go back to Raya. But I've still got Trent, Robertson, and Cancelo. I've got no Reece James. In fact, that's another one as well. I'm not really too bothered about Chelsea defence. They're a wait and see again. Still got Diaz. Still got Saka. Foden I don't own, but he's turned into Son. But the problem with this team is that I've only got the one premium asset in Haaland. And then Wilson and Jesus. That team is I think is beautiful. You've got the 4 premium defenders. You've got 3 really good midfielders. 3 really good strikers. But I don't have any other options to captain. From a premium standpoint. Now, obviously, you don't have to captain a premium player. But it's more advisable, as Harbour Boy keeps banging on about. The reason why they're premiums because there's a more higher chance of them doing really, really well. So yeah, I was trying to find this 4-5-1 formation that I did, and I was trying to work out how the fuck did I have Salah and Haaland in my team without feeling like I've detrimented it, and I bet I won't be able to find it. Should be. Oh, here we are. Should be quite close actually. This team here. So there's Dread's 5-4-1 formation. Here we are. This is 5-4-1 that I had with Salah in the team. What's the difference between that team and the team that I've already got? Well, instead of Neto, I've got Son. You've got the fucking hell. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I look at that team there, and I must say, it looks top notch. So for people listening, we're Raya, Trent, Cancelo, Tomiyasu, Robertson, James. Well, I've got 4 of those 5 defenders right now. Salah, Foden, Saka, Neto. Again, I've got, of that midfield, I've got 1. But up front, it's only Haaland. Whereas now, I've got Son instead of Foden, Tony instead of Neto, and Diaz instead of Salah. That there for me, that 5-4-1 formation is about in fact, because that was posted on the 7th of July. So this team here was posted on the 7th of July. So that's just under 20 days ago. It's the 22nd as I'm recording this now. So that was 20 odd days ago. And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, well, there's been no negativity talk-wise of any of these players whatsoever. In fact, a lot of people are talking about Neto still and saying that he still could be a really, really good option. I've got that premium back five, as Firetog's been going on about, that they could be the best options. If, with this specific team, I was to downgrade... Excuse me. In fact, let me just mute the mic. With this team here, it just goes back to my 4-3-3, where I've still got the premium defenders, but only 4 of them this time. But I've then only got the one, what do you call it? Premium player in Salah or Haaland. If I was to downgrade Salah to Son, I'd need to get that other Liverpool attacking coverage. You can't... Let's not fuck about here. You can't go into this game without 3 Liverpool. Let's not fuck about it. Don't fucking write shit about the fact that, no, you're speaking crap, mate. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, I know for a fact I don't know what I'm talking about, but you've got to have 3 Liverpool. And whatever combination that is, even if it means having Diaz, Salah and Trent or Robertson, or Trent. You're going to have 3. Well, I would need to get... How do I get Diaz in at that point? Would it mean then that with that 1 extra million, upgrading James to Van Dijk, so then I have 3 Liverpool, albeit in defence, but then I can upgrade with that 0.5 extra, I can upgrade Tomiyasu to whoever for 5 minutes, Zinchenko. But then I'd have Son in this team, but I'd have no Liverpool attack, but I need that Liverpool attack. That's just, I mean, that's something which I can't go without Liverpool attack. But yeah, that's a real difficult one actually, looking at that team there. It's funny how when I haven't seen something for a long time, and I've gone back to it, I'm like, you know what? This 5-4-1 is actually a beautiful. I really like that. I really like it. Whereas this team here, which I'll show you, the 5-3-2, it's got that additional attacking player. I would back Tony more than Neto because Brentford are a more attacking team. They score goals. Tony's on penalties. It's funny doing this now. I'll tell you what. This is another thing I do on members' videos. I'm kind of almost doing like a live thought process, which again is good. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I'll tell you what. Comment below. What do you think? This team here, this 5-3-2, where I've got where I've got the 3 Liverpool, minimum of 1 attacker. So Trent, Robertson, Zinchenko, Cancelo, Tomiyasu, Diaz, Son, Saka, Haaland, Tony, or this team here, in which I've got Trent, Cancelo, Tomiyasu, Robertson, James, Salah, Foden, Saka, Neto, Haaland. I tell you what, I think both teams are fucking good. This one here, though, this 5-4-1, is the safety. It's the safety net, isn't it? And I'm looking at that and Jason, maybe Salah after all. I like that fucking team a lot. Yeah. So, yeah, I think in answer to overall to Harbour Boy's question, what's really changed my mind, I just think that there's, looking at forwards, I think there's some decent value in the forwards. I think having, and the fact that, you know, I've got those 2 extra premiums in my team as well, in Son and Haaland, and having that extra striker means that, you know, I don't have to worry about captaincy. But I'll tell you what, that 5-4-1, not bad. It's not bad at all. Very tasty. And as Firetogs made the point in that point about his optimizer being the likes of the 5-4-1 or the basically heavy at the back, saying that the 5-4-1 or a 4-5-1 formation is a really good sound option. Honestly, I'm now looking at that 5-4-1, now seeing it and thinking, I could be tempted. I could be tempted to switch it, but I've just got to ask myself: Do you really think that Neto is a better option than Tony, and just some other little combinations here or there? But like I say, overall though, I'm liking the look of this team here. It's just the only thing, like I said, I know that stands out like a sore thumb is Zinchenko, and that's why with the 5-4-1, I've got the opportunity to have guaranteed starters for their teams. I don't have to run the risk of, oh God, I've just found out Zinchenko won't be starting until game week 2 to get up to speed with the game. He hasn't trained with the squad. Yeah, lots to think about there. Cheers for that, Harbour Boy. Anyhow, all I will say is thanks to anybody that has watched this, that isn't a member, and has enjoyed this conversation regarding the upcoming game week 1 and the thought process going through. And as I stated, if you do want to support the show, or just like I said, more importantly, if you do want to have more interaction with myself and Jason, and because obviously with members as well, you get the members only chat streams. So again, it becomes a bit more personalised, and you get more. There's a very high chance of your topic of point being talked about on the show. And yeah, you also get, like I said, the exclusive members access in the chat. And there's a lot of times when I have done a lot of videos where these guys have had a conversation in the members only chat, and I've just gone, I'm just reading it out, and then I'll just add my own thought process in it, basically. I remember doing one, I think it was a conversation between Cage Paps and Harbour Boy, having this, it wasn't an argument, but it was a heated debate, shall we say. And I thought, fuck this, I'm fucking bringing it up on a members video, to fucking hell with it. And it's good that like there's a lot of members that do watch these videos as well. And like I said, this is just a taster of things to come. And as I keep banging on about to Jason, like, look, as Joe B made the point, we're all trying to predict the future here. Yeah, that's why when game week 1 hits, that's when things get real. That's when we can have a real conversation about, fucking hell, I can't believe Arsenal lost 2-0 to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have got no strikers. The only fucking player on the pitch is Zaha, and he goes and gets 2 goals in that victory there. Jesus looked like a sack of shit. Saka was non-existent. And then it would be, oh, did you see? I can't believe Salah, fucking 2 goals and an assist in a 4-0 devastating performance. He looked on fire. Diaz on the other hand, fucking hell, he was quiet. He got a goal. He got a goal, but he just didn't look it. Whereas Nunez, Salah, they looked on fucking fire. Even Firmino looked on it. Son, Tottenham, they've only just beaten Southampton 1-0 thanks to a Højbjerg. A Højbjerg goal assisted by Tanganga. You get the idea, and that's when it's all really going to kick off. And like I said, at that point, you know, the leagues start developing. We find out who's top of the Rivals League, the Members League, the YouTube Chat League. Get them on air, get them gloating, pricks, about the fact that they're top of the league, and they've said all along that they were never going to go against the template, and I triple captain Salah. You get the fucking idea. That's when it all kicks off. And as I keep wanting to repeat myself, I love doing members. I do as well. I do roughly, depending on what kind of content there is to do, but usually it's an average of 3 members videos a week, but it can be upwards of one a day. In fact, I remember, wasn't there a time, Brew, or Gabriel Derop, you be able to remind me, wasn't there a point in the season where I did every day there was a members video for like a week or for 2 weeks straight? I can't remember that. It was like a members video every single day. And yeah, sometimes they get heated, sometimes there are things that I say that people aren't interested in, sometimes there are things that are offensive, but you know, like I say, the members videos behind that wall becomes a bit more of an open conversation. But as ever, I'm not here because the reason why I also love doing the members videos that because we're more about this Elite FPL community, you guys and everything that join in and stuff. Like I said, it's more delving deep. What can that player do? I remember like towards the end of the season, I don't even think Sultan Saeed's a member. I can't remember now. I don't think he is. But I was like delving deep into how he could win the Rivals League and what he should do, and with the likes of John Harris. Yeah, John. In fact, John, if you're watching, which you should be, we're having some overnight work. It's like a refit done at our shop. And they get a lot of people from the Midlands down. And every time I hear them speak, I just instantly do you. I just do an impression of you. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to pretend. All right, lads. How's it going? But yeah, in all seriousness, I remember doing personalised videos of the strategy that John should do to try and get to that 4th spot in the Rivals League. He didn't take my advice. In fact, he ended up one fucking point. 1 point above me. I'm not bitter. There were some names last season where I can't believe that, like with Fire Togs, there are certain teams in the Rivals League and everything, like I pride myself on, like, I want to get ahead of you. It's even in the Content Creator League that I'm in. There are some teams in there where I'm like, I can't fucking believe I beat, and then whoever it may be, and it's the same. And like I said, in the Rivals League, there are some freaks of nature in there, and I mean that with all. What's the word? With all, I can't remember. I can't even think of the fucking word now. But there are some freaks in there which just tear it apart, like the guy that won it last year. In fact, I can't even remember who won it. He won the fucking hell. Was it Crypto? Was it Crypto that won the Rivals League last year? Fucking hell, have I forgotten that? You had George that was just storming it. Wayne Dean had. In fact, Wayne Dean was another one. In fact, if Wayne Dean had listened to my advice, he would have ended up in the top 4. But he was so adamant of not doing the hits that I was telling him to. If he was like coming in the chat and saying, pretty much, I wish I'd just taken your advice, Steve-O, taken that -12, brought in whoever it was, and I wouldn't be in the situation where I am now, which is dropping like a stone. In fact, it got to the point where I was even thinking I could catch Wayne Dean in the Rivals League, and considering how well he did all the way through until pretty much the last few months. Fucking gutting. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, as ever. If you are watching this in general, thanks for watching. I am going to deliberately do this for a laugh, but this is what they're doing in the fitness. Jason did it last night, actually. And it's so true. Like, another thing I find really cringeworthy with these fitness YouTube videos, they go, but before we do the video, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you turn that what was it? There it is. There, the notification bell on to see all our videos. Fuck off.